Welcome to Pilot Globe Guides for the month of December. In this episode, we look at what's going on around the world, events not to be missed, and tips on where to go and when. Megan McCormick attempts to summit the second highest peak in Africa, Mount Kenya.
16,355 feet.
Justine Shapiro canoes around the idyllic lagoons and bays of southern Thailand. We visit the loud and colourful Klausjagen Festival in Switzerland. And we highlight the most magnificent beaches to relax on during December. First, Justine arrives in Mexico City in time to join millions of pilgrims visiting the Virgin de Guadeloupe.
This is one of those rare occasions in the world where millions and millions of people gather in devotional fervor. And I, like an insane person, decided to come and check it out because until you've seen Mexicans adore the Virgin de Guadeloupe, you haven't seen Mexico. And this is like the Mexican Mecca.
The Virgin de Guadeloupe is Mexico's patron saint. Her image is seen all over the country and her name is used everywhere, in religious ceremonies, literature, and even political speeches.
2.5 days walking? She's given you everything you asked for. You're crying because you're happy. Okay, bueno. How can I pass up a chance for my classic souvenir? Yeah? Gracias.
Mira, hermano, pásate de este lado, mira.
Well, it was worth the visit.
Por acá, pásamelos por acá.
In 1531, a Mexican Indian had a vision of the Virgin, and she commanded that a church be built on this hill where he saw her. Each December, about 5 million Mexicans from all over the country make pilgrimage to the Basilica de Guadeloupe. Indian dancers perform for several days, while worshippers pour into the church for round-the-clock services.
Te ofrecemos el pan de vida y el cáliz de salvación, y te damos gracias porque nos haces dignos de servirte en tu presencia. Te pedimos humildemente.
The Roman Catholic Church connects the spiritual life of most Mexicans, whether they be full-blooded Indian, Spanish, or the great majority, mestizo, a mix combining Indian and Spanish blood. Unlike other saints, the Virgin de Guadeloupe was not portrayed as white, but like an Aztec princess with dark skin.
Whether you celebrate it or not, December is associated all over the world with the festival of Christmas, and the run-up to the big day sees some very odd preparations indeed. On December the 5th every year, the Swiss town of Kusstnacht erupts into noise and light as they celebrate the Klausjagen Festival. Held on the eve of St. Nicholas Day in honour of good old Santa Claus, the Klausjagen has made this town internationally famous.
This is a very old custom. The meaning in the Middle Age was that the people made a lot of noise because they had a lot of fear because of the darkness in the winter time.
Children from the age of 5 participate in a simpler parade in the afternoon. Huge bishop hats called iffeles are worn by the villagers and are the main attraction of the parade. The men of the Bundy family are among the few craftsmen in the village who are skilled at making these colourful lanterns. An average iffele will take up to 800 hours to complete.
Before the winter camps,
the people took lanterns, and with them they go out to the fields, to the trees, and they want to chase away the bad ghosts of winter. Around the year 500, when the Christians came, they want first to forbid the whole custom, because it was pagan custom. So they put into this costume the St. Nicholas and bishop hats that fulfill the same function. Out of the bishop hat, they get out the iffele, and since then the bishop hat became bigger and larger. Now it's a Christian symbol and not a pagan symbol. But if you really want to see if it's well done, you have to put off the light. And then it looks like that.
The real celebrations begin after sunset. The iffele bearers gather and wait in eager anticipation. At the stroke of 8:15, a firecracker is set off, marking the start of the procession. The village is engulfed in sudden darkness. Then from a distance, the sound of cracking whips fills the air. 700 men carrying huge cowbells. A brass band repeating the same tune over and over. And 180 hornblowers create an ear-splitting cacophony. The procession lasts about 2 hours. Then the crowd is stunned into silence when the iffeles arrive. Carried by some 150 men, some of these iffeles reach up to 6 feet in height. St. Nicholas follows, surrounded by torches casting a glow on the darkened streets, marking the end of the Klausjagen Festival. If you want to soak up December's Christmas spirit, here are a few ideas. Depending on the security situation in Israel, where better to be at Christmas than at Christ's birthplace in Bethlehem? Giant angels, thousands of lights, 2 weeks of ceremonies bring the Afro-Brazilian city of Salvador alive. Take the kids to see Santa Claus in the Finnish part of Lapland and then try and tell them that he doesn't exist. Or watch the man in red surf onto Bondi Beach with soggy presents to share around the Christmas barbecue. And Satan is reminded of his defeat as the church bells of Dewsbury, England ring out for each year of Christianity. December is the month when many escape the cold of the Northern Hemisphere in search of warmer climes. So here's our guide to December's best beaches. First, Shilpa Mehta finds her winter paradise on the island of Boracay in the Philippines. The only way to get to the island is by these local outrigger boats. They're quick, they're cheap, and what better way to arrive at one of the most beautiful beaches in the world.
Boracay is only 5 miles long and less than a mile wide at its narrowest point. High season is around Christmas time, when accommodation prices can double. But it's cheaper to visit between June and November.
With over 7,000 tropical islands, the Philippines is a fantastic place to go diving.
The Philippines has some of the most spectacular diving sites in the world. On Boracay, you can hire diving boats at any time of the year, and you can rent all you need from the many diving shops on the island. You should always use registered diving operators who know the dive sites. A wide selection of excursions are available, and during the high season from March to May, mobile dive bases are set up in many places.
Next, we join Ian right off the coast of Cambodia. The many islands here offer a welcome respite from the humidity that grips the country most of the year. December is an ideal month to visit as the rains of the monsoon have cleared away and the unbearable temperatures of summer are yet to arrive. It takes around 3 hours to get to the beautiful island of Koh Rong by boat from Sihanoukville on the mainland.
I'm not being funny, but this job just gets like harder and harder. I'll have to give it all up soon.
Justine finds it's okay to visit the Malaysian East Coast during the December monsoon.
Most travelers who visit the East Coast go to the Perhentian Islands, which are easily accessible but still relatively unspoiled. The boat ride takes an hour, and a return ticket will cost only $10. Pulau Perhentian means stopover islands, and at $5 a night for a beach cabin, it makes sense to stay for as long as you can. Apart from the fabulous beaches, most people come here for the scuba diving, or if you're not up for that, you can rent snorkeling gear instead.
Well, there's some advantages to being in Malaysia during monsoon season. It was raining on the mainland, and here it's just gorgeous. It's very unpredictable, but the good thing is that during monsoon season, there are very few people hanging around the island, so you sort of feel like you've got them all to yourself.
The Perhentian Islands are part of Malaysia's marine parks, zoned as a sanctuary to preserve the coral reef.
Back on the East Coast mainland, just south of the Perhentian Islands, is the state of Terengganu. Terengganu is one of the most beautiful regions of Malaysia. Along its 140-mile coastline, you pass endless palm-lined white sandy beaches and tiny fishing villages. Plus, you'll never be short of places to pause for refreshment in idyllic surroundings. December may be the monsoon season in Malaysia, but this can have its advantages. Being low season, prices are much cheaper. It's still warm, the beaches are almost deserted, and you might only get an hour of rain a day before the sky is blue once more.
At the end of a day of traveling, Aui's yellow house, which is built on stilts, is calm, cool, and as far away from the action as you can get.
Next up, Justine goes to that favourite traveller's destination, Thailand.
Thank you.
Thank you. This place is really popular. It's Ao Nong Beach, just outside of Krabi, and I'm looking for this company called Sea Canoe. They're the first ones to take people kayaking out to the caves, and it's run by this guy, a sort of eco-warrior. His name is John Gray, but he likes people to call him Caveman.
John Gray originally comes from the west coast of the United States. For years, he's been fighting to save the lagoons of southern Thailand before they're destroyed by mass tourism. The lagoons, or hongs as they are known, are completely surrounded by rocks and can only be entered through the caves.
Isn't it spectacular? This is limestone, and what creates a situation like this is you've got the rainwater percolates down from the top of the island and finds a little crack and works its way all the way down. And then you've got the crack in the rock here that starts out as a little fault line. And the tides will eat its way through there. And eventually this will fall through, and it won't be a hong anymore, it'll just be a little bay.
Just be an opening.
Yeah, be a little cove. This is very unusual to have a beach inside of one of these, actually, yeah.
It seems a million miles away from Hollywood here, but Phang Nga Bay's most famous feature is Khao Ping Gan, or James Bond Island, which was used as the villain's hideaway in The Man with the Golden Gun. A trip like this will cost about $80 a day, which includes the boat and guide, as well as the accommodation and the delicious food. The sea canoe trips also include camping out on beaches dotted around the bay. If you do choose to camp on the beach, be sure to keep the tent flap zipped up. The patter of feet in the night may be giant monitor lizards. John Gray's eco-friendly tours will lead you to the famous cave formations now under threat from vandals.
The number of stalactites is decreasing all the time due to tourists breaking them off and taking them as souvenirs.
Okay, Justine, let me turn on the light here and show you the stalactites. They're really beautiful.
They are beautiful. They really sparkle, don't they?
Yeah.
So if December on the beach sounds like heaven to you, there are plenty of options to choose from. Whether it's diving in the Philippines, relaxing on a Cambodian island, cooling off in the rains of Malaysia, or kayaking through Krabi, somewhere out there, there's a beach for you. There are plenty of other things to do in December as well. The graceful spinning trance of the dervishes is a channel to Allah for the million people who visit them in Konya, Turkey. Witness the Super Bowl of rodeos as the cowboys and cowgirls compete for $3 million in Las Vegas. Celebrate the winter solstice in Ireland as the dawn rays release the souls of the dead from the tomb in Brunaboyne. Or welcome the day after Christmas with the rhythmic and colourful Junkanoo parade that snakes through Nassau in the Bahamas. And what better time to chill out in the Arctic Circle at the remarkable ice hotel in Jukkasjärvi, Sweden. Our final trip in this pilot globe guide for the month of December takes us to Africa. December is an excellent month to visit Kenya, whether you're going trekking or relaxing on the beach. Megan McCormick decides to take an active approach to the end of the year in an attempt to reach the summit of the second highest peak in all of Africa, Mount Kenya.
Okay, this is it. This is the beginning to the Siruman path up to Point Lenana. And this is James, who's going to be my excellent guide.
You can call me KG.
KG?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd just like to point out that you can't even see the peak up there, which I think is actually a good thing because I think I might find it pretty daunting. And, okay, how high are we going?
We are going to 17,000 feet.
17,000 feet. No problem. I am so glad you're with me. Mount Kenya is a series of peaks and valleys, the remnants of an extinct volcano. There are actually 6 different summits. The highest ones are for technical mountaineers only. I'm heading for Point Lenana, the 3rd highest, and the highest point you can get to if you're a trekker like me. There are different routes that you can take up the mountain, and we're attempting to do one that's not too hard, not too difficult. So if you did it on a scale, oh shoot, from 1 to 10, it'd be about a 7. So it's not too steep, you're not scrambling like a mountain goat, but you're not strolling in the park. It's not getting any easier. The higher we go, the thinner the air. We're getting 4 seasons in a day, and with the size of these plants, I'm beginning to think I'm entering another planet. The plants are so huge due to this extreme tropical but alpine climate. We're only 10 miles from the equator, and they're exposed to dramatic changes in temperature, warm days that plunge to freezing after dark. Mount Kenya used to be even bigger, but glacial erosion has reduced it to a bare and frozen core. The walking is getting tougher. The rock is loose, the results of a volcanic eruption some 3 million years ago.
I can see Point Lenana, which is how high, KG?
16,355.
16,355 feet.
That's where we are going tomorrow.
Where? That one?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Goes slowly, will be about 40 minutes. Yeah?
40
it's
minutes?
Not steep. We are going like this. We are zigzagging.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay?
Yep.
Take it slowly. Yeah?
Yeah. Come on, Megan, come on. Yeah, I'm okay. Oh. Oh, look! Oh, there it is. It's gonna beat me to the summit. No, but have you ever? I've never seen anything quite like this.
After 3 days, my goal of reaching Point Lenana is in sight.
Oh my gosh, I got it. I did it. Okay, on hand. Oh. Oh my God. Well, I gotta get to that flag. I gotta get to that flag over there. Wow. 16,355 feet. Oh my God. Yay! 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 Way to sit down. Whew. I'm gonna cry.
Ooh, congratulations.
Oh my gosh. See?
Good job.
It looks deceiving, this mountain climbing thing, because, oh my gosh, it looks deceiving because it doesn't look so high from down there. But from up here, each time I hiked along, I thought, my God, it's not getting any closer. And then I got really sick, thought I was gonna throw up, and the whole way KG said, one step, pole pole. Slowly, slowly. And my goodness, of all of the things that I've done in my life, this is definitely one of the all-time most fulfilling and triumphant things. Okay.